microphone's not on.
It is now. Thank you for that. Everybody stand up and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please. Supervisors Decker, Kohlmeyer are excused. Supervisor Skalitsky is unexcused for this evening's meeting. We'll move on to citizen comments. John O'Day, could you mark yourself present, please?
Sheet for the signatures on this.
All right, we'll move on to citizen comments. Citizen comments. Citizen comments. Seeing none, citizen comments is closed. Announcements to the chair. On everyone's desk tonight, you've received the communication from Teddy Wynette. Should be on everyone's desk. That's all I currently have for me. We'll move on to supervisor reports. Supervisor Alderman, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This will be as brief as I've been. We haven't had our committee meeting yet this month. It'll be next week. But as everyone has seen in the news, the big item we've got going is the battle against the emerald ash borer, and they have completed Fox River Park, Petrifying Springs. There's some cleanup yet at both of those. Huge piles of lumber that's being hauled out by rail, and they moved into Brightondale last week and had to stop for a period here until the ground froze back up. Whether that's going to happen, we don't know. But, it's ongoing, and we're way ahead of the game. We've accomplished a whole lot, even with the ups and downs with the frozen and soft ground. So Kenosha County is ahead of many. That's where we are right now. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, sir. We'll move on to Supervisor Johnson. You have the floor.
Thank you. I just wanted to call everybody's attention to a project that I had the opportunity to witness firsthand a couple of weeks ago. Chief Deputy invited me to the Frank School project. One of the things that they do is every Thursday, GFS comes up with this truckload of food that they give free to the neighborhood project. And volunteers show up, and I'm talking a gym full of volunteers, show up, and they divide it amongst about 25 different families that the school chooses. And every week they do this, and every week GFS donates all this food. And subsequent to the night that I spent with them, I learned that they also do this for Shalom. They donate truckloads of food to different projects throughout our community. I'm really hoping, Mr. Chairman, that we can acknowledge them for what they do. I think that when somebody in the community does this, it's so important to add to what we can provide through the government to those families that don't quite have enough. And for them to continually do this, and I've noticed that I've looked, and they've actually never been acknowledged that I know of. So I'm hoping that you can actually maybe go and see, because once you see it, it's kind of overwhelming. It's very touching to see. But I think that they should be applauded publicly, and maybe even encourage other businesses in the area to do things like this. So I hope that you'll consider it. And I just wanted to bring that up. And anyone who is available on a Thursday night at Frank's School at 5:30, the truck pulls up. Everybody's welcome to come and help. There's a lot of work. There is a lot of food. but it's a wonderful thing to witness and be a part of.
Thank you. Move on to Vice Chair Bruning. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to piggyback off of Supervisor Johnson's comment, not just GFS, but a lot of the businesses in the Kenosha County do support Women and Children's Horizons, the Shalom Center, all of the schools in the Kenosha area by taking food, leftover food, to all of these places. I know that they take some out to the Sharing Center out in Trever. So they are providing a lot of food and support to a lot of different agencies in the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Move on to county executive appointments. County Clerk.
Christopher Brown to serve on the Kenosha County Zoning Board of Adjustments.
Refer to Planning, Development, and Education Committee.
Bill Erickson to serve on the Kenosha County Veterans Service Commission.
Refer to Human Service Committee.
Old Business Policy Resolution to approve the social media use policy from the Finance Administration Committee. Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. O'Day, yes. Brunig, yes. Aaron Kohlmeyer, yes. Dodge, excused. Gens, yes.
Supervisor Rose.
Mr. Chairman, I would move the policy resolution.
Policy resolution has been moved by Supervisor Rose, seconded by Supervisor Ron Frederick. Supervisor Rose.
All right, thank you. This was a resolution which was originally authored by both employees and some members of the county board, then presented to the Finance Administration Committee for approval. There was no social media policy before this one presented to you this evening, and the purpose is to provide a framework for the use of social media when authorized by the county government. We included such things as Facebook or LinkedIn, MySpace, Twitter, YouTube, etc., and a whole list of guidelines you can find starting at page 2. And I will just mention a few of those. Some of those guidelines I think are new in the sense that for the first time we're using social media as an extension of communication of county government, and it's what we're doing. This is an extension of the official website which we have had. For example, a picture or a video of an adult, the individual must consent to the use of that video or photograph. Employees are expected to recognize the confidentiality of certain county information. This is not for chatting back and forth. It's not for the promotion of your personal interests, be they in government or outside, but it's an official type of communication to the general public associated with your position in county government. You can read the many other standards that are set forth here. We recommend them to you. This is a first time that we've had such a policy in place. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Rose. Supervisor Dodge, you have a question?
Yes, I spoke with Corporation Counsel earlier tonight about First Amendment freedom of speech violations that may be in that policy, and he assured me that there are no violations of the First Amendment freedom of speech anywhere in that policy. So with that knowledge, I will support it. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Hallman, you wish to speak on this?
Yes, sir.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say I'm fully in support of this. It would have been nice to have had something like this a bit sooner. I know it came from many different areas around our government who came together to try to make this happen. It was great for myself and the vice chair to be part of that team in helping form this. So I'm very excited about this. I'll let you know there's a number of things sort of that can come as an accessory to this in addition. This is a huge topic at NACO for all of the counties, and they realize the potential of this. So I would say in the coming years, expect to see more built off of this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, seeing no other lights. Supervisor Rose.
All right, let me just mention what I think was raised by Supervisor Dodge, this free speech issue. Let's keep in mind, this is communication between the government and the people. This is not a personal communication, what your views might be as an employee or as a citizen, but this is our message to the general public. And I think that's well to keep in mind, and that's why, for example, it says here employees are permitted to create or use a blog only with the approval of their department director. What they do on their own time, on their own social media, on their own blog, that's up to them. This is the official message of county government.
Thank you, sir. All right. Seeing no lights, this is a simple majority vote. Roll call's been requested. Vote yes if you're in favor of this policy resolution, or vote no if you're against it. Passes unanimously. County Clerk?
Claims, Makita Evans, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
David R. Lathrop, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
Approval of the February 17th, 2016 minutes by Supervisor Retzlaff.
Supervisor Ritzloff?
So move the minutes.
It's been moved by Supervisor Ritzloff, seconded by Supervisor Esposito. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Terry, which way are we going here? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion has been to adjourn by Supervisor O'Day, seconded by Supervisor Rose. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed. Thank you. Have a great evening.